G'day, this is Mike Smith from Xiaomi Websites. In this short series of videos, I'm going to give an overview of how to operate the Jacobs Well EEC website, which is a WordPress website. And the purpose of this initial series of videos is to set the foundation for basic skills, how to operate the site, and then also possibly form a basis for questions for more detailed training on how to make the site operate more effectively and possibly update it with not just content but perhaps with things like themes and plugins as well. So let's get started. Okay, now the first thing we need to do, of course, is log in to what is called the dashboard. Now, I know this is a WordPress website and we were given a link. However, if you were ever wanting to do this directly, this is how you do it. So up here in the browser bar, I happen to know that this website was installed into a subdirectory called WP. And then so I've entered that, and then the login page is simply wp-login, and it should autofill PHP on the end there. Now normally what we do on a website is we create a link to this somewhere that's not too obvious, usually in the footer here somewhere, so that administrators and other people who need to access the website back end can easily do that. So anyway, I'll just press enter here to go to the login page, and from here, of course, we put in a username and password. So I'll do that in a moment. Okay, so the username goes obviously into the username box there. It's a good idea to have a number of people with their own usernames, because WordPress behind the scenes keeps track of who does what. So as we log in here, I'll explain what that actually means. The other thing that I notice as I log into this website is that you'll see that there's an unlock padlock up here in the browser bar. What that means is, as this message here indicates, this connection is not secure. Basically, this website needs an SSL certificate. Else, if not, then everyone who logs into this website is going to get this message, and that may spook some people. But anyway, let's log in, and this will take us to the WordPress dashboard. The dashboard looks like this. It has a bar across the top. That bar across the top shows you that you're logged in. So now, for example, if I was to go to the front page, opening that in a new tab there, you can see that bar is across the top there, and you can see that whoever's logged in, their details are across the top. So that indicates that you're logged in. And from here, we can do a number of things. We can edit this page, and we can also access a couple of other things here. Create a new post, new media page, and so on and so forth. So this is what a page looks like when logged in, and this is the full dashboard. Okay, now for people who are not particularly familiar with what WordPress is, it's a content management system, and it provides some tools that allow you to edit content on your website. It uses two main presentations of information: a page, which is an example of which is here on the front here, and then also posts, which are a type of page which is automatically date ordered, and posts tend to be used for news blogs and other articles. So pages and posts. And in the dashboard down the left hand side here is a menu. Sometimes it's collapsed, so that little control there collapses it and expands it, and you can see there's a number of links here to various tools. This one is to the pages, so if you click on that, it gives you a list of the pages that have been created for this website, like so. And what you may notice is that there are more pages that have been created than actually are visible from the front page of the site. And that's because you can create pages here which exist and which people can find if they know the link. So for example, view this page. I'll just view this page in a new tab here. So you see that link there, page ID 5117. If people know that link, they can find this page. However, if there is no link to it from the menu across here, then people won't easily be able to find it. So that's an important thing to remember. You can create pages, but then you also need to create a link to that page in the menu system. Most of the time the menu system is across the top here, but you can also obviously add other links and other menus, in fact, depending on the theme, in other places on pages. Okay, so that's pages. So this homepage is a page as far as WordPress is concerned, and the news articles on the right hand side here are what we would call posts because they are sorted by date order. If we go back to the dashboard, so here's the dashboard, just above pages on the left hand side you can see posts there, right? So we click on all posts, we can see all the posts. And I can see that the dates range from 2016 back to 2013. They also are categorized, so most of these are latest news, but then there's also a student zone post here as well. Now that's important, and I'll come back to this in a minute. The reason it's important is because of how we're going to edit content. So for example, if we wanted to edit the text of this page, we would do it in a certain way. But if we wanted to edit the slider here, or the menu, or the header, or the footer, that would have to be done in different ways. And in this series of videos, I'll outline each of those very briefly. And if necessary, we can go back into it in more detail later on. As far as posts are concerned, we go into the dashboard, as I mentioned, and then posts, and we can create a new post here, and that will, in the current settings, appear on the right hand side, and then with a link that people can go to. Alright, let's look at posts in a little bit more detail. In WordPress, posts represents the content on the website that changes most frequently, and that's important because that's what people will probably want to follow in order to keep up with latest events and latest news. So pages tend to be relatively static, so not much should change on, for example, the home page, and other pages may change from time to time, but they're relatively static information. Posts, however, are the up-to-date information that you want to get people become aware of, and that's often done in a number of ways. So people can actually subscribe to posts, so that if they are subscribed to posts, they will get a notification on their smartphone or perhaps by email that content has changed. This is also going to affect search engine optimization. Search engines love that content on websites is updated regularly, and they will reward this website with higher search engine optimization scores if that's done. So posts are the bread and butter of a well-managed website. Okay, so if we want to add a new post, for example, new latest news, then we can do that from the browser bar just up here. You can see just below the URL bar. Because we're logged in, we can add a new post or a new media, which is pictures, or a new page. And there's a couple of other options here as well, but we're mainly interested in posts and pages here. So a new post, you can click on that, and that will take you to an edit screen. The other way to do it is via the dashboard here, dashboard and then post, and you can add a new post there or a new post there. There's lots of links to adding a new post. Let's do it from here, a new post, and so I'm just going to click on that there. So here we are in the editor for a new post, and we can enter its title here. Okay, and the title will be that title there. Actually, let's just have a look at the NAIDOC award winner post. So I'm just going to open that in a new tab there, and we'll have a look at a typical post. Okay, so the title there. Okay, so that's this one, and then the text, the general text of it, which is in this editor box. And there are some basic editing tools here, and you can expand it by clicking on that. So you've got a few more tools, but basically it's mainly about text. Okay, and that text would be the text that's here displayed in the main area of the post, not the right hand side, but in this main area of the post. As you can also see, there's an image here, that's controlled through the add media button there. So if I type some text here like this, and let's say I might want to put an image in, okay, so I can use add media. That will take me to the media library, and you can use any of the existing content. PDFs won't be previewed here, but images will be, and you can just select that, and maybe change the alignment and the size. That size is a good size. 600 pixels wide is about right for an image on a website. If you want to, you can also upload here from the local computer. This website has a maximum file size of 32 megabytes there, and you probably want to make sure that your uploaded images are not too big. Okay, so let's go back to the media library here. So here we are again in the media library. So we can select that image or another image, and we can just insert that into the post, and there it is. And if we want to edit it, we can edit there, changing the alignment and the size. And there's a few other things here that can be edited as well. Or if we want to delete it, we can just click on the X there. So that's inserting an image into a post, and from there we can publish this post and then have a look at it. Okay, so I have published this post, and I'm going to delete it almost immediately, but I just want to check that it appears on the front page. So firstly, let's just view this post by itself, what it looks like. So there it is. There's our text, and there's our image, and everything else is taken care of by the WordPress theme, which I'll go into a bit more detail later on. So that's fine. From here, I can actually go back to edit the post again if I want to change this text, just by editing the post there. So here we are back in the edit menu. We can change the title, we can change the text, we can change the image. And if we've forgotten to add the category, we can add the category there. Now, so that's editing a post. And as I said, I will delete this post in a moment. Okay, now we want to check that this post actually turns up on the front page in that right-hand area. So I've just brought up the front page here and refreshed it, and you can see that yes, there it is. In fact, the post title and our text here, and people can click on read more or the post title, and that should bring them to the post there like that. Okay, so that works quite well. Now, obviously I don't want to leave this post here, so this is a good opportunity to show you also how to delete a post. Okay, so on the front page here we've got a post, and there might be a problem with this post. We want to delete it, or in fact we might just want to make sure that it doesn't appear on this page. Two ways to do this. What we need to do is go to the dashboard and go to posts and go to all posts. In other words, refreshing this page, this list here, and you can see that our post is here. So I can actually trash it, send it to the trash, and that's like a recycle bin on a Windows computer, or the trash on a Mac computer. So that's fine. That will get rid of it. The other thing that we could do is if we go to edit this post, Now the way this website is set up is that posts will appear here if they have the latest news category. So going back to here, you see this latest news category here. If I remove this and then update the post, now I'll let that update, yep, and now if I update the front page, refresh that page there, you'll see that that post is no longer visible on that page. So let's go to the home page. It's no longer there. The post still exists, but it isn't any longer displayed on the front page. That's because this front page has been set up in such a way that only posts with that category are displayed there. So this categories area on the right hand side is quite important. You might be creating a post. If you forget to add it to the latest news category, then it will not appear on the front page or any other page. Okay, so that's that. And also you can see in the post editing screen we've got a move to trash icon here as well. So I can do that. So I'll do that. Move that to trash. Okay, now in the all posts list here, you'll notice that it isn't visible here. However, you may notice if you look carefully that there is a post in the trash bin, and if we ever make a mistake deleting a post, and this applies to a page as well, we can either delete it permanently or restore it. Now I'm going to restore it here, and because I just want to demonstrate one more thing. Okay, so back to all posts. It's at the top again, and I can edit it, and I'm just going to leave it not ticked for the latest news. I'll update this. Just make sure that it doesn't appear on the front page, and then let's see the front page here. Just click on that, refresh that page. Okay, so it's not there. Okay, the reason I've done that is so now I am free to demonstrate something else with editing a post. Okay, now one of the questions that was raised is adding video to the website. Now I'm just going to use this post here to demonstrate how to do that. The first thing is that I would not recommend uploading video files directly to the website. There are two main reasons for that. The first is that the upload is difficult. If I go back to insert media and upload files, you can see that the maximum upload file size is 32 megabytes here. Now that can be increased, however it's still not a good idea to upload large file sizes via this tool. It can be done, but it's just not a good idea because it takes a long time and things can go wrong. That's the first reason. The second reason is that to do with the bandwidth on your site. If you've got a lot of people looking at a video file, then that can overload your server settings and that can bring down your whole website unless your website is optimized for video. So the best way to deal with video is actually to use a video sharing website such as YouTube. Now I've got one of my other videos here that I've created, and I'm going to use this to show how to insert any video from YouTube, and other video sharing sites are similar, into a WordPress page or post. So I'll do that in a moment. But before I do, I just want to obviously point out that you will need to upload your video to a video sharing website. And that's okay because you can upload to a YouTube channel and then make a video private. Not hidden, but private, so that it doesn't normally show up in YouTube, and then you can embed that into your post. So let's have a look at that next. Okay, so now this is going to be a little bit scary for most people. You may notice on the right hand side here of the editor box you've got visual and text. visual and text. So visual is what people normally use. It's like a WYSIWYG editor here. What you see is what you get. The text is needed, however, to embed a video file. Now this is less true with up-to-date versions of WordPress, but for this particular version of WordPress we do need to use text. If we were to update the WordPress on this site, it would probably not be necessary to do this, but I don't want to update the version of WordPress for a couple of other reasons, which I'll go into later on. So you've got your visual editor here and your text editor there. It's the same content, as you can see, but this gives you access to what's called the HTML code underneath, and this is what we need to embed video. So here we are in the text view. Let's go back to YouTube here, and we just go down to the share icon and then press embed. It's this code here that we need. So you can highlight that and you can copy it, or press the copy button here, and then go back to our edit post. Whoops, wrong one. Edit post here, and then paste. Just get rid of that there. Paste that code there, and you can, as you can see, there's numbers here that control the width and height. Okay, and if I update that, and I can go back to the visual editor now, and the video should appear there. Depending on your browser, it should appear there. Now let's update the screen. This might be an artifact of the WordPress site needing updating itself. Now let's go and view the post. Ah yes, there it is there. So that's an embedded YouTube video which can play there.
G'day, this is Mike Smith.
And also they can go to view it on the YouTube site as well. So that in essence is how to embed video into a WordPress post. It's the same for a WordPress page. Now going back to YouTube, if I were to log in here, which I'll do, just do that as the author of this channel, I can make this video
G'day, this is Mike
unlisted. Oh, I'll just put this down here. Okay, edit this video, change it from public, not to private, but to unlisted. And what that means is that people with the link can still see it, and therefore if it's embedded into a post here, it will still work. So that gives you a measure of privacy. So what you'll need to do for Jacob's Well EEC is create a YouTube channel, and we can give you a hand with that as well. Okay, so that's editing a post. It's a very similar experience for editing a page, and this post will appear in the latest JWEEC news as long as its category is ticked for latest news. If it isn't, then it will not, but it still exists. Okay, so that was a lot of information to do with posts. Posts can be a little complicated, but hopefully that has cleared things up a little. Thank you.